grooming. So yes.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. And yes, we can hear you loud and clear without any form of we can hear you loud and clear without any form of interference, Dr.
Okay.
Olajumoke. That's beautiful to
Okay.
know. You're a super mom of two superheroes. Thank you for sharing that with us. And happy birthday in advance. Now, note, I am the first person to wish you a happy birthday in advance this year. Let's have
I'll
it in
keep
the record.
cake for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, sure. All right, let's go over to Cynthia. Cynthia, tell us something. I mean, indulge us something beyond what we just read right now. We've seen on social media about you. We would love
Wow.
to know.
Okay. So I'm married to a very supportive husband who actually supports my career because it's not easy. And I also have a son as well, a 5-year-old son. So quite inquisitive and calls me cybersecurity Cynthia. So it gives me time when I'm doing my job and all that. So and also find it quite interesting now that he's also about inquisitive about what I do and he kind of understand based on his age as well. So it's not easy.
Wow.
Career, motherhood, I know, but we are balancing it all. We are trying.
That's beautiful, Cynthia. Interesting. A proud mom of one, amazing, inquisitive son. I mean, it's a genius, yeah, a genius, yeah. Beautiful. And how about your husband? That's so beautiful to hear. Earlier, I mean, you were here when we started, and Alpha was playing "All of Me" by John Lennon. So I believe while we are listening, you're like, oh my God, that's my husband. you know. That's beautiful. All right. Thank you for sharing, Cynthia. Thank you for sharing Olajumoke. Now, so that I don't just make it's a Cynthia and Olajumoke. Now, I want to throw this question to Arafat. Arafat, you too. Something about you that we do not know. Will you tell us? Let us hear.
Yeah, I hope that you get to answer the question too. Thank you so much, Cynthia and Dr. Jam. Thank you for joining once again. One thing about me, I like soft life. I don't like stress. Nigeria is too hard. I don't like stress. So, Shay, over to you. Tell us one thing that we've not heard on this call.
Oh,
Yes.
shit. Okay. I mean, since I'm the one asking people, it's also okay that I also say something, right? And that's beautiful to know. Arafat, soft girl, like beautiful. Something about me that you don't know on this call. Well, I love eating. I love food so much, but I'm lazy to cook. I can be so lazy to cook. I'm almost starving before I'll say, oh, I'm a bachelor by the way. So I will literally almost starve before I'll go get myself to eat. That's something about me that you never hear online. Please, I only told about 40 of or 20 of us here. I must not eat outside. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
Shay. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, we started the conversation already. Everyone is happy and we are pumped. So let me throw this to Cynthia, then to Olajumoke. Cynthia, tell us one guiding word or principle for you in 2026. Let's start from there. One guiding word
Uh,
from you or principle in 2026, and then
I think
Olajumoke, you answer the same question.
I think my principle right from time is always like every accomplishment starts with a decision to try. So no matter how difficult it may seem, once you start, you tend to get clarity as well. So that has been my guiding light in terms of my career as well.
Mm, beautiful. Every accomplishment whatsoever starts with a
As a
decision to
decision to
try.
try.
Taking notes. All right, let's hear from you, Dr. Jumoke.
Okay. I think what I would say is something that sort of guides me. So 2026, 27, 28, as the years go by, my belief is that impossible is nothing. Um, Imagine me in HR going on to get a certification in Agile because impossible is nothing. Right now, I'm looking to pivot from human resources and I'm taking new set of courses. Again, impossible is nothing. So that's what guides me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to reintroduce Olajumoke. Olajumoke, impossible is nothing. Oh, beautiful. Thank you very much. We've heard from Cynthia. I mean, whatsoever accomplishment you have begins with a decision to try. And now, merging that word with Olajumoke, you should know that when you want to try, impossibility is nothing, and you can just try and do things. You too can just do things. Thank you for giving us that. Arafa, over to you as we go in this path.
All right. Thank you so much, Shay, for kickstarting in such an amazing way. I'm going to start right away with our questions for our guests, and I'm going to start with Cynthia, right? Why? Because Cynthia is very particular about this topic. She wanted this talk. She wanted us to speak about this topic. So I want to start with you, Cynthia. What does it really mean? Going back to the topic, to build a sustainable career in today's economy, and how can professionals avoid the pressure of doing too much?
Okay, so in today's economy, yes, we know money and all that is a deciding factor, but I always start with knowing your passion. Where does your passion lies? Because passion and discipline for you to be able to build that sustainable career before you think of, yes, the economic value, which is money. So building a sustainable career is, at the same time, I always say, sometimes you have to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. So when you feel too comfortable at a particular stage, you end up not growing. So you have to push yourself beyond your comfort zone, know where your passion is, and then put focus and discipline as well. So with that, the passion is there, and the zeal to continue thriving in your career will continue. And in life, growth is constant. Whether we like it or not, you have to keep improving yourself, keep growing, even with this, our economy and the environment or the landscape we find ourselves now. I'm sure everyone now is hearing about AI, agents, and all. So you have to keep going with what is happening in your environment to stay relevant.
All right, amazing. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for that. I really appreciate. I like the fact that you're also able to talk about passion, which is quite important because at the end of the day, everything you want to do has to be backed up by that. You need a ginger to go on, like you mentioned. All right, so I'm going to go on to Dr. Jumake. Dr. Jumake, I don't know if you have a comment on this particular the topic in general, so that we just open on how it is to build a sustainable career, right? Then another add-on question would be that from your experience, what are the most sustainable ways for professionals to grow in their careers?
Okay, thank you for that, Arafat. I think I'll allude to what Cynthia just said when she talked about passion. And I'll say it I'll just sort of tweak it. And that's one thing that has guided me in the course of my career. This is my 17th year practicing human resources. And for many things that I've done in the course of my career, it's really been from the premise of knowing my why. The reason why you will not easily get burnt out, the reason why you will not feel out of breath is if you know your why and you are doing things that align with your why. You don't go and say, oh, now everybody's coding. I want to go and learn how to code. Do you have a flair for coding? So yes, for me, that's very important. When my career started, I started to post on LinkedIn, and then I realized that many of the things I knew as a HR person, many people didn't know it. And so I created Workplace with Jam. That's how you will have found me, Arafat. I created Workplace with Jam because I wanted to share with people what they need to do to land their dream jobs. I've worked in about 6 industries. I've worked in about 8 organizations. And it's easy for me to move, get the next job, get the next award, because I know my why. Time that also to self-awareness. If you're going to thrive as a career professional, I hope that you are self-aware enough to know what comes readily to you and you are playing to your strengths. One thing I say to people is, if you judge, it's a quote I saw some years ago, and it said, "If you judge a fish by its ability to fly, it will live its whole life feeling like a failure." A fish is not meant to fly. Well, it comes out of water at times, flexing, but dives right back because a fish is meant to be in water. So, career professionals, I'm hoping that for many of us in our careers, we are doing things that come readily to us. It is when you do that you will thrive. I'll land this by saying that if you know the eagle, the eagle is the king of the birds. But I hope you know that it's not, I don't like to say it's a lazy bird. I'll say it's a strategic bird because it does not fly. It soars. Where all the other birds are flapping their wings, the eagle gets in the sky, aligns its wings in the direction of the wind, and then the wind does the work. If you're going to thrive in your career, you need to be doing that. Thank you, Alpha.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jumake. Amazing submission, amazing insight. And I love the example. I mean, we move from fish to eagle. So it's a great one. That's what I have in my head.
Animal Kingdom.
And that's what I have in my head right now. You know, when I'm thinking about my career, I'm thinking, oh, I want to be like the eagle. I want to be strategic. And I hope that anyone listening is also taking that, right? Thank you so much for sharing. Okay. I'm going to pass the mic to Sheyi now, who will take on the next set of questions. But Cindy, I know that you know you also might have some insight based on your background in cybersecurity on how to build a sustainable career. So I don't know if you want to chip in one or two things before Sheyi take on.
So how to build a sustainable career, particularly in cybersecurity?
Cybersecurity, yeah.
Okay. I would say, okay, for me, my career didn't start with cybersecurity. So I have done being a data scientist, a data analyst. My first initial career job was an IT support personnel, basically doing the cabling and all ROJ45, going under the table and doing all that. So I had that experience across those diverse areas. And while I could do all of this, I was also figuring or looking for where I had that passion, where I know once I'm sleeping, I wake up, I'm happy to do that job. So that's how I discovered cybersecurity, and I decided to develop myself in that aspect as well. So basically, it's about knowing your niche. Cybersecurity is wide. There's the governance and risk and compliance aspect of it. There's the technical aspect of it, going into networking. There's the data security aspect of it. There's the identity and access management of it. So, you know, the beauty, sometimes when you start a job, my first job, you will be doing everything in Nigeria. I was the help desk analyst person. I was the call customer care person. Although then it looked very tiring, I never liked it. But in the long run, it gave me the avenue to explore different areas. And that was how I was able to leverage those experience into cybersecurity. And my focus is on identity and access management and data security. And I'm very vast in Microsoft security. And that was why I decided, oh, let me expand on that area, my expertise and all. So the confusion sometimes for early career professionals is cybersecurity is broad. And I think of recent too, some people have been saying, oh, cybersecurity is where the money is. Well, I won't say there's no money in cybersecurity, but I always ask people this particular question. Are you going into cybersecurity because you saw Mr. A is in cybersecurity, Mr. B is in cybersecurity, and you want to go there? Or you have the passion, or maybe you have like a transferable skills that you can leverage into cybersecurity? Because if you don't have those prerequisites, when you go into cybersecurity, you become swamped in, confused and all. So the guiding principle is knowing what area you want to specialize in. Do you actually want to do cybersecurity? I always tell people there was a time on LinkedIn where we were seeing dashboard. Everybody was a data analyst, right? And now I think we are now seeing almost everybody is into cybersecurity. The first question you should ask yourself is, do I really want to do this cybersecurity? Am I just following this because everyone is now following that? Because in the long run, if you don't have that passion for it, you will get tired, because cybersecurity requires discipline. It requires upskilling. I am still reading every day. Yes, I read every day. I'm also thinking of several certifications to do at the same time to keep growing, because the technological space is expanding, things are changing. So you have to be ready to keep up with that as well. So I would say if you want to do cybersecurity, go for it. It's good. As far as you have the passion, you have the discipline, and you are not just following the crowd.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Cynthia, for sharing. Love the fact that you're able to take personal into the things that you're able to say. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to go to Olajumoke. Dr. Olajumoke, this question is for you, and I'm building on, you talked about the eagle being not necessarily being the strongest bird per se. However, it is most strategic, and as such, you talk about how it soars into the sky. Now, this question, I want to bring it into career professionals, and it's very simple. The question is, what signs, right? What signs would indicate that someone is ready to take on additional responsibilities or career opportunities? What are the signs? Are there signs? You mentioned, I mean, you're saying you've worked across 7 industries, 8 organizations, etc., etc. So, what are the signs that you need to know that, oh, I think this is the time for me to take on an additional responsibility or for me to make another career opportunity? Sees that. Yes.
So first is I would have the first thing I would like to say is be a master of something. Don't be jack of all trades. So have you drilled down in one particular thing and you've done it enough? Um, there's the mindset that you need to have spent at least 10,000 hours doing one thing. So if you've done it well enough, you can say, okay, you're ready to do more. Because really, if you're just taking bits and pieces and you're shallow, I always say that uh, if people come across you and they don't see real depth, you failed. So drill down, make sure that you're very good in one thing, and then it's easier for you to start to do other things, if at all you want to pivot. But make sure that you're very good at one thing. One of the other things Cynthia mentioned was about transferable skills. So again, if your skills are in hand, you've been able to sit with yourself, and maybe you have a coach or a mentor. You've done some assessments that have helped you to analyze your skill set. If you know the skills that you have, and you see that these skills are relevant across various things, then you know you are ready to go and do those things that come ready to you. And I'll give an example. So you're very good with managing people. No matter how irate a person is, you're able to calm them down, you're able to help them feel relaxed. And you are in a customer service role. So you're doing that for customers. I hope you know that that kind of skill will help you also thrive as a HR person. I hope you know that that skill can also help you thrive as a salesperson. So I'm saying, do you even know the skills you have? Some of us don't even know ourselves. I recommend personality tests. There's a free one that I always recommend when I go have sessions like this, and it is 16personalities.com. I'll write it in the chat. 16personalities.com. So take a personality test. Let it help you analyze your strengths, your weaknesses. When you know your strengths, it is a lot easier. Back to self-awareness. It is a lot easier for you to pivot and say, you know what? This is what I have a coaching client who I always like to use as an example. So she used to be in customer service in one of the banks in UBA. And she had done it for about 3 years. But she knew she wanted to do HR. So she started joining HR communities. I met her in the HR community. In short, when she told me she was going to an HR person, I was shocked. I'm like, but I see you on all the HR groups. She was a customer service person. Yeah. So she was on all the possible HR groups. I just knew her. And she would comment, she would come for the HR events. She was not a HR person. But she was clearly along that. She was already planning herself to become an HR person. And then she started to take HR certifications, HR courses. And then by the time that she had done that, she spoke to HR in her organization to say, you know what, I'm ready to move to HR. So some people will tell you, I want to move. What do you have that makes you ready to move? So yes, she took courses. She was in the right community of HR people. And she started to apply for, she got the HR role within her organization, within that bank. Yes. And by the time she was leaving that organization, she was going to the HR VP in another bank. Right now, she's in short. Last year, I was receiving an award as one of the most influential HR people in Nigeria, and she received a HR Rising Star Award. This lady I'm talking about. Okay, I think I should stop there.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love the fact that you're able to bring in a story to make your point. And I think that literally explains it. Storytelling just gives us where exactly we are going to. And congratulations to her. And that's really beautiful to know. I believe we are listening and we are taking notes of some of the important and salient lessons from all of these things. Thank you very much, Olajumoke. And she also mentioned outlier Malcolm Gladwell's story and the 10,000 hour rule. Fantastic. We need to put in a whole lot, which is very important to gain mastery at something. So I'm just going to put this question over to Cynthia. And one of the things I love is, I mean, from the responses we are getting, I'm getting answers to some questions that I would want to ask in the future. But I think it's really making a whole lot of sense. We're able to touch points on all of these things. So Cynthia, this question now is to you. So yeah, I have a full role already. I mean, it's demanding and all. How would you advise that I'm able to balance it? So let's say I'm already in a particular role, but yeah, I crave for other career opportunities. Now, when these come, how best would you advise that I balance it without burning out? Because now we see many people, you found this skill, you have it already, you want to do it, you're in place already. How best do you get it? You're passionate about what you're doing. The other thing that is coming is also from a place of passion. But how can I be able to balance both roles or the next trajectory I'm about to hit without burning out? Over to you, Cynthia.
That's a tough question, but like I think I said earlier that sometimes you have to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. In our careers, I'm sure most of sacrifices needs to be made if you actually want to move to another level. While it may seem that okay, you have a thriving career and you want to move somewhere else you're targeting, you have to be intentional about it, first of all, one. Secondly, in the age where we are in now, sometimes it's not even the certifications that take you to the next role. It's networking with people, showing interest, and even in your organization as well. Like like Dr. Jumoke rightly said, how a lady got a higher role right in the same organization. You have to show that visibility that you are ready to move to a higher role. In organizations, most times getting promotion is not by just doing just the role. Sometimes you are the most active person, hands-on person, but nobody knows you. They know the person who is speaking up, who is visible, who shows that leadership capability. So in the course of your career, you have to stretch yourself like, oh, if I really want this, how do I need to do this? You have to stretch yourself, like go beyond your comfort zone. Sometimes it may not be easy as it may seem. Even while preparing for certification while working, you might be reading in the night, doing all that thing. Or imagine as women who are mothers, they studied, they did their masters, their PhD, while taking care of their children. So it's about having a good support system too around you, people who understand your goal, your focus. And one thing I've learned over in the course of my career is not everyone is going to be aligned with your trajectory, where you want to go to. So you have to know the kind of people you discuss your next stage or your next step with. Maybe getting a good mentor, a good coach as well. There are people I give conversations to, and when I say, oh, we are not aligned in the same way, I cut off that conversation. Maybe anything about career and all that, I make sure I don't discuss it further with those kind of people, because there are people who motivate you, there are people who will discourage you. But the first person or the first major motivator is yourself. You have to believe in yourself before you can grow. Sometimes you might not hear the best words from people. Like me, in the course of my career, I've had, like, it's not all, how will I put it? It's not all be rosy.
Rosie, yeah.
I've gotten here, maybe comments that actually would have deterred me, but instead those comments pushed me further. So negative comments actually push me to become a better person. I don't take it personal, because I actually know what I have, what I can offer, what my capabilities and what I can do. But yes, we don't want to get burnt out, but sometimes you have to make sacrifices to go to the next stage. You can't sit down and say you want to be a cybersecurity architect and expect miracles to happen. No. You can't sit down and say you want to apply for a role and you just sit down and you expect the job to come to you. No, you have to apply. Even now, you have to go as far as networking, becoming visible, showing that yes, you are capable for a role. I have one funny thing I would like to say that I think I wouldn't have said it here. When someone sends me a LinkedIn request, it's not pride. And I look at your profile, I can't see anything I can't see any, your profile is blank, no activity. I can't really detect on what you are doing. And sometimes I'm like, is this person a spy? Or I just declined that request. So imagine if I was a recruiter and I check your profile. Okay, you applied for a role. There's nothing. I can't even see what your skills, no activities on your LinkedIn profile and all that. So it's about having the right people in your corner, believing in yourself, having that focus, and also pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. It's not going to be easy. It's never easy. Sacrifices are made in the long run, but
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much, Cynthia. I was about to chime in something real quick. I said, "Thank God, y'all know Laju Mokel." You know, recruiters. I mean, but that's very true and powerful. Thank you very much. And while you're speaking, I just said, okay, you know what? So we have Cynthia, sacrifices must be made. Olajumoke, impossible is nothing. Fantastic. So I'm going to continue conversation this way. I'll pass the ball to Arafa. I'm having a good time. Even though
All right.
I'm conscious of time, but I'm having a good time already. Over to you, Arafat.
All right, thank you so much, Shay. Of course, we are having a good time, and it's good that Cynthia have spoken to us about what the pointers that you used to know that, oh yes, I'm taking this my career serious. And like she said, LinkedIn is one of them. You can't do away with that. If you're looking to optimize that, it was LinkedIn I got to connect with Olajumoke, I got to connect with Cynthia. You get it can be that one DM away, that one LinkedIn message away, and the opportunities are right there. So thank you so much for sharing that, Cynthia. I'm going to go on to Olajumoke because Olajumoke has a lot of experience in hiring people. And the question is about what is the common mistake people make, because we are trying to make sure our alumni don't make that mistake. So what is the most common mistake that people make when trying to take their careers to the next level, and how can they avoid burnout in this process?
Okay, I think first is we talked about knowing your why. And so when you know your why, you know when it's time to change. You will know when it's time to stick around. So there's that. There's the bit around just also pacing yourselves, because your career, you cannot be, imagine myself, this is my 17th year in my career. So imagine there's somebody that works on my team and the person is in their third year in their career and they're comparing themselves to me. And they are saying, see all these jams that what do I don't have it. But it's 17 years of work you're looking at. It is, Cynthia, alluded to the fact that as moms, we're taking care of kids. I've written professional exams while breastfeeding. Yes, I completed my MBA with my daughter in my belly. So if we're not at the same stage, Yoruba people will say, "Ma fagwala go," she said. So pace yourself. Be honest with yourself about your career journey. Pace yourself. Resist the urge to compare and contrast, please. Even twins don't have the same destiny. Twins, though, same, they don't even have the same DNA. And they do the same. Do you
No,
understand?
not
That's
at all.
twins. How much more you that are not twinning with anybody, except maybe on Ashwebi or something. So resist the urge to compare yourself to anybody else. Pace yourself. See, we are different. I can get home tonight and I can still be up and I can talk to maybe a coaching client or somebody that has an issue till about 11, 12. I can do that. I have very, very scary energy levels. That's me. And I'm, but some other people can operate like that. Some other person, they get home 5 o'clock or they get home 6 after Lagos traffic. Let's say they get home 8 o'clock. What they want is their bed. So you cannot compare yourself to jam that has extra energy. I don't take caffeine. I try not to take alcohol, but energy, pop, like you get unprovoked. So imagine you comparing yourself to me. Do not compare yourself to anybody. And those are the things that will help you not be burnt out. So don't say, okay, this one that Cynthia says she's reading book now. Oh, yeah, let me quickly go to maybe Barnes and Noble, wherever it is you buy your books. And like, let me buy 10 books. Are you sure you can read 10 books? Are you sure? Would you rather take a quick course on Udemy? Would you read an article? So just and know yourselves. Know what works for you. I was having a conversation with one of my friends earlier today, and I said, I I drive myself to work and back. I've been trying to get a driver, and so I drive myself. If I were not driving myself, I have the luxury of sitting at the back of my car and reading on my way to work. So I don't really have the luxury. I get to work. I have my to-do list. I'm a senior HRBP in a commercial bank. I have to-do list in the morning, Arafat. Maybe I've done number one, I've done number two. You see the remaining seven. I feel no touch them because I can just hear that my colleague, somebody slapped somebody in one branch and I have to sort that.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I really cannot accommodate reading, but am I learning? Yes. I go to LinkedIn, I try to do audiobooks. So imagine somebody telling you, I read 5 books today and you're under pressure. Residual pressure. So because you will burn out if you want to do what everybody is doing. You will just waste. So pace yourself. What works for you? Yes, you challenge yourself. No, you will not be lazy. And I'm sure with all the things I've said now, I didn't tell you that I'm faffing. I'm not faffing you. I'm reading. I'm challenging myself. I'm looking at my career and I'm like, what many things that have stood me out in the course of my career was really me looking ahead and saying, what do I need to do so that I'm very, very competitive. Not that I want to compete with people, but I'm saying I have competitive advantage. When I took my course in emotional intelligence in 2019, it was me saying, I kept hearing computers are coming, machine is coming. I just sat with myself. I'm like, what do I need to have that machine cannot have? And I went online and I Googled it and I saw emotional intelligence. And I went to take a course in it, a certification. Because I was like, AI can be coming, but what's that thing AI cannot really crack? That is the human element will always stand me out. And then I know what emotional intelligence has, in short, is one of the things that has made me very, very popular. Because during COVID, I took a lot of sessions on emotional intelligence. Till today, I train on EQ by the side and I make money. Emotional intelligence gave me an edge and I got a job. In short, the CEOs told me that, oh, I like that part about your resume, your certification in emotional intelligence. But it was me sitting with myself to say, what, again, myself. So I didn't go and look at somebody's profile. This person, imagine me just being under pressure because of Cynthia certifications now. Is cybersecurity my calling? No. And she's doing it, she's doing a great job at it. So again, know yourself, know your why, be self-aware, know your strengths, your weaknesses, do what you can. I also need us to know that the phases we are in our life will determine what we can do. When you are single, you have a lot more time on your hand. Nobody's looking for you. When you are married, well, your spouse will look for you. Your children will scream, where is mommy or daddy, as the case may be. So when you are single, if you are single and you're not maximizing it, you are very wrong. You are very wrong. Because when you marry another dimension, it's not even only your spouse and your children, in-law, cousin of in-law. Different people will be looking for you. Yes, in-law, you don't know cousin of in-law. People will be looking for you everywhere. When you are single, please maximize it. When you are married, marriage is not an excuse. You are a mother is not an excuse. There's a book I wrote, Ditch the Guilt. So as a mom, I'm a working mom. I can be there for the school events at times. Other times, work takes me out of town, and that's my reality. And I will not be guilty. Because when we make the money, everybody will jollof it. I will not be everybody will spend down. So please allow mommy to go and make some money. Because I'm very particular about that being burnt out. People don't put yourself under undue pressure. Stretch yourself, yes. Challenge yourself, yes. But resist the urge to compare yourself to anybody else because you want to keep up with the Joneses. Where are the Joneses today? That's true. Where are they? Okay. Pat, I answered the question. Who asked me the question?
Yes,
I
you
could go on
have,
and on
Dr.
and on and
Jam.
on, but let me just
Yeah,
hang it today.
you have, Dr. Jam. Amazing. Thank you
Did I
so much.
answer? I feel
Yes,
like I
you
missed
did.
one part. I know I touched
So
a
I
lot
think
on the
burning
burnout,
out.
but I think I
Yes,
missed out on one part.
I think
If
you
you could
actually.
remind me.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
the
think you
mistake you
actually.
made,
Yeah,
mention
but
it.
you. Yeah, yeah, yes. All right, thank you so much, Dr. Jam. So we're about rounding up. We are looking at the questions. So if you have any questions, you can put it in the comment section so that we have Dr. Jam have it specifically if it's for her or Cynthia. You can start putting it while we continue our session. Thank you so much, Dr. Jam. We've been noting a lot of things in the comment section. Shay says, pace yourself on what works best for you and don't be lazy at them, right? I also said, do not compare yourself to anyone, which is Chakam. It's right. It's on point. So thank you so much, Dr. Jam. I'm going to go next to Cynthia, and it's because of the fact that Cynthia, you mentioned about career path and how it was not just straight on cybersecurity, and you had that deciding factor of where should I go to, what next, and all of that. So the next question is about how you decided on the opportunities or roles or commitment. Mind you, because our alumni community, our audience, they're already in a career path, right? They're already in different career paths. But now, how do they decide on which opportunity or roles, or let's say commitment generally, is worth continuing or worth letting go? So if they want to continue with a particular commitment, a role or opportunity, or they want to let go of it, how do they decide on that?
Okay, that question, I like that question. So because I can relate with it, I always tell people that the most difficult situation is when you can do everything and you're confused on what parts you want to align with. I actually had that for a very long time, and I was holding on to some other parts of my career, I don't want to let it go until I finally let that phase go. So sometimes you can be very good at these things. It's not like you are not good with them, because basically, I would say for me, when you talk about the whole coding aspect, Python, what have you, I would even explain it for you. I'm very good with it. But I also looked at, in the long run, where my passion was. If I sleep and wake up, or as I'm getting older, or I asked myself, do I still really want to code? And the answer to myself was no. And in terms of my career, I'm very good with consulting. So consulting and networking as well. And that was how I decided to focus more on cybersecurity. And luckily, I'm now working in a consulting organization. So most times you have to know where your passion lies. And people, when someone asks me, Cynthia, what career do I need to go into that will make money? Sometimes I ask, the question I push back to the person is, where does your passion lie? What do you really want to do? That's the first question I always ask. I've also had people come and meet me and tell me, Cynthia, I want to go into cybersecurity. And I tell them, okay, based on this, your experience, I think you'll be good in this A or B. Some of them sometimes feel like, oh, why are you not saying issue? Why don't you encourage me to follow your path? And I'm like, no, I'm not being stingy. But based on your experience here, I feel you will do better in this part. So, because the focus shouldn't be copying someone's career path. It's about knowing where your transferable skills are. It's about knowing where your passion lies. Something that you know that when you sleep, you wake up in the morning, you are happy doing it. Since you already have that focus or experience across diverse sectors, you should be able to know by now the particular one that you really treasure most and put your energy there. Because sometimes when you are a jack of all trades, nobody knows where your specialty is. It's even difficult for recruiters to know where to focus to recruit, or, oh, is this person a data analyst? Are you a cybersecurity professional? Are you a project manager? So look at where your strength lies, improve on that particular strength, specialize in that area. Sometimes being a specialist is better than being a generalist. So that's, if you really want to grow in tech career, specialize somewhere. Don't be everywhere.
All right. Thank you so much, Cynthia. You've heard it from Cynthia. If you really want to grow in your career path, you need to specialize. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to be jack of all trades, like she mentioned. You need to actually specialize. Thank you so much for sharing, Cynthia. And before I pass on the mic to Shay, there's a question in the chat box. So I don't know, so that we can just answer the question while we are also, answering the questions from Shay. Shay, I don't know if you want to take it up now. Why we
All
are
right,
looking.
thank you, Arafat. Beautiful. Let's get it rolling. Tony Abel asked the question, and he said, I recently got my first job as a data analyst to resume in a few weeks, but I'm a bit worried that I may not meet the expectations, the expectations of my employer. How did you handle your first role? Wow, I mean, I'm not to respond to this question, but thank you, Tony, for sharing. I want to put this to let's hear from our HR leader, thought leader first, and then Cynthia can also chime in some words she might want to put in from our own perspective as an employee rather. All right, Dr. Jumoke, let me read
I
it
think
again. Did you
I
get
got the
it?
question because I saw it in the chat as well.
Great,
And my first
great.
question is, are you a data analyst? Tony Abel, you want to drop in the chat and respond. Are you a data analyst? Uh-oh. Yes, you are. Fantastic. So I would say breathe in, breathe out. You have what it takes. So just chill. You see, because if you were a carpenter, I'll be afraid. If you were what? Jonathan, if you were a DevOps engineer, I'll say, are you sure we can do it? Even me, I will fear for you. Like, guy, should we tell them to collect the offer back? You are a data scientist or data analyst. So just chill. What else do you need to do? I imagine that when you're going through the interview process, maybe there was a job description. Familiarize yourself with the job description. That tells you high level what the role requires. What I also encourage is upon resumption, or if you can even have that conversation with your line manager before you resume, just write to your line manager on WhatsApp or via email and say, I'm really pumped, looking forward to resuming and joining the team. I can't wait to create magic with the team. But if you could just share with me what your top three priorities that you'd like me to focus on or something. You can do it before you resume. You can do it when you resume. One thing I like to ask is, what does success look like in this role? So ask your line manager to say, how would you say that I've done a great job? What do you require of me? You want me to create dashboards? You want me to make sure that my reports are timely? Again, no two roles are the same in an organization. That's the truth. So even though you're a data analyst, they might require you to do A, B, C, D. Another organization is hiring a data analyst to do C, D, E, F, Z. So don't assume. So ask your line manager, what are your expectations of this role? What do you need? What do you need to do for you to say that, yes, I've delivered in this role? I'm hoping that the person will be upfront and honest and candid enough to share with you. But because you have what it takes, the question you asked is based off imposter syndrome. And it happens to the best of us. It does. I was preparing for this session now. I was like, hey, what question would they ask? Even though they sent me the question, I'm like, will I even have the answer? See now, you people will not believe me because you'll be like, this woman, with the way you have even been talking since the morning. But yes, and when I teach emotional intelligence, I tell people anxiety is an emotion, it's giving you a message. So if I'm anxious before coming on this call, do I know you people before? Do I do I know you? Do I know you people before? I don't know you now. So if I'm coming here and I'm anxious and I'm like, I hope I'll say the right thing. Oh. I hope my examples will make sense. It's not out of place. I'm human. I can have plenty of what I know. I'm still a human. I'm not flying. I don't have cape. I don't have cape. I still like Amalang and Ewedu. I'm human. I'm Ogufe. Please add Ogufe to that. So Ogufe is good to me for people that don't know. What am I saying? It's imposter syndrome that is creeping in. And it's okay. It's a message. You just need to equip yourself. And of course, when you get in the role, don't also feel like, oh, I know everything. No, calm down. Build the right network within the organization. Be a team player. Connect with other people when you join. But always ask your line manager questions. Because your line manager knows what he expects the role to do. That's the person that can give you clearance. But do you have what it takes? Yes, you do. And of course, the God factor. Please don't underestimate the God factor. You see how on Wednesday was it Wednesday or yesterday? When Ramadan started and Lent started, it was Wednesday and it was beautiful to see. So whichever God you believe in, please commit this new job to God to say, I'm going in there show me what I need to do, teach me. There are many things, there are many ideas that I get that help me shine at work, and it's God that gives me. Please take that one to the bank. So our data analyst will be just fine.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I mean, you took so much time, detail explaining this, and I hope Abel, you are able to get that. Let's just say maybe 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Cynthia, what was it like for you? Your first role when you moved in fully from IT support and you got into cybersecurity. How was it like for you? You could just share with your first day at work or first moment that could really define Abel's next.
Okay, like Dr. Jumoke rightly said, so when he said that, asked that question, the first thing that came to my mind was imposter syndrome. No matter how successful you are, mind you, even the big CEOs, we all have that imposter syndrome creeping in, and it's normal. It means you are a normal human being. It also shows that you are really keen on starting that role as well. So what sometimes when that creeps in, even when I start a new role, or sometimes even when I'm planning to do a talk that I normally do, I always tell myself that, oh, Cynthia, you are capable of doing this. And for you to be able to scale through the interview phase, it means they saw something in you that you can add value. So put that in your mind and keep that and when you get there, get to your workplace, listen to whatever they are saying, understand. Sometimes you don't really have to jump out right from the first day to be the superstar. Observe everyone you're working with. Understand the work culture. Understand like the environment. Ask questions. No matter how stupid that question might sound to you, it's better you ask than rather keeping quiet. Oh, these people will think I'm dumb. No. Asking question gives you clarity. So ask question. It's totally normal to feel anxious, but also put it under control. Give yourself that positive affirmation. I was given this role because I am capable to do it. And once you keep saying those things, of course, praying as well, and asking the right people for the right question, as you start the role, you continue, you will notice that you feel at ease and it becomes easier for you. So it's totally normal. Imposter syndrome is normal. You are not, but just know for you to get that role, you are capable and you'll be able to succeed in that role.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Cynthia, for sharing all of this. I mean, we are learning, every one of us, we are learning from these experiences. And to be very honest, I just checked them like, oh my God, do you mean it? We've been talking this much and learning. It's so long. We really need to draw the curtain to a close. I think with two more questions, we'll be able to call it a wrap. I will just put these to Cynthia and Dr. Olajumoke real quick. So now you get to attend high stake meetings, and some of the things you get at the end would be sub resolution. And recently, how they would want to put it is, what is something you would start doing? What is something you will stop doing? And what is something you would continue doing? We get to hear that. Now, I want to frame it in the context of this conversation that we're having right now. And the question really, it's simple. It's that at this level where we are, right, career opportunities, looking at burning out and all, how do we decide which opportunity, or roles or commitment is worth continuing, is worth scaling, or is worth letting go of as our career begins to evolve? Let's take from Cynthia and then we'll move to Olajumoke. So how do we identify which opportunity or role, commitment is worth staying, worth scaling, or worth letting go? Yes.
Wow. First, I started with like knowing where your skills are, your strength is, and aligning your strength and skills with today's technology, what's going on,
Demands. Yes.
technology demand. So knowing your skills. So I would always tell people in the course of your job, and you say, oh, you don't even know how to use AI or maybe chat GPT and all. It mustn't be technical. It's making your work smarter and all that. Learn these little skills. Now, I think digital literacy is not about just knowing how to use computer anymore. Know how to use these simple AI skills, at least draft an email, automate your work, just make life easier for you. That's one. Then secondly is I'm always keen about saying passion, because I believe passion is the driver for focus and discipline in your role. So if, for example, talking about the technology area of it, look at how in your own career, even if you are not in tech, look at how you can leverage technology to make your career easier for you. That's secondly. Thirdly, if you want to upskill, look for courses that align with what you want to do. I see people now, especially in the early career stage, once you see, oh, Cynthia has gotten Microsoft Azure AI fundamentals, you will follow. You don't even know why you are doing it. Oh, this course is in demand, you go and do it. Do you know why you are doing those courses? Are they relevant to your role? So that you don't get swamped in with acquiring different certifications without knowing where your skills are. Thirdly, I always tell people, when I'm doing doing my career and all that, in course of my career, I'm not carried. Yes, I have these certifications, but sometimes I'm not carried by, oh, the number of certification Mr. A has. You should look at what values you can have, because sometimes organizations don't employ you because of your certifications. They employ you because they know they can train you. They look at you, oh, is this person worth training? Is he going to grow in this career? So these are things you should look out for too. So while upskilling, don't just go about because they are marketing this course. Oh, let me go and do it. No, why am I doing this course? Do I really need it? So in this age of AI, lots of courses are coming up. Yes, you'll be tempted to be here, to be here, and to be here, and you'll be nowhere. So know where your strength is and utilize your strength in leveraging those skills as well. So that's what I have to say.
Thank you very much. That's brilliant. Spot on, Cynthia. Olajumoke, would you want to chime in something here?
I would like that you take the question again.
All right,
I'm trying to
fantastic.
recall what it was that you asked.
Okay, the question I asked is, at what point in time do you identify roles, commitment, responsibility as the career evolve? Things that are worth continuing, things that are worth scaling, or things that are worth letting go?
Okay. So I must also be honest to say that except you're really self-aware, that's when you'll be able to do that self-assessment by yourself. I think these are conversations you can have with maybe a mentor. I imagine that we all should have mentors. So have a senior, somebody who has gone ahead, somebody who is doing what you admire, somebody who is already where you are trying to go. So that people like that, when you have an opportunity to sit with them, you just say, oh, this is what I'm trying to do. What do you think? It will be helpful that you have a coach. I hope that your line manager is an exemplary leader and you can have conversations like that with them. So those are things that can help. So again, people around you, some of your friends can even tell you that this guy, you know, you're good in this thing. Have you considered? Because and those are people that know you. There are some recommendations that they can make that can be helpful. I will also recommend that, I always tell people, make sure you have a friend who is a lawyer so that if there's any you get. Make sure you have a friend who is a finance person. They will teach you how to manage your money. They'll tell you, go and put your money in treasury bills. Go and do this one. Please have a friend that is a HR person. How about that? HR people too can be telling you some truths. Also have a friend that you pray with. Have a friend that you also jaye with. See where I am. Can you see my background?
Balance.
You see. So if you have a HR friend, they can tell you some of these things. But there's something that I also believe in. I believe that every job has a lifespan. Whatever you do, don't overstay your welcome. When it is time to go, you will know. When it is time to pivot, you will know. I'll say it again. Every job has a lifespan. Whatever you do, don't overstay your welcome. I have been in talent acquisition for the longest time. I know that I don't want to end my career being a talent acquisition director. No. And that's what Cynthia was talking about, specialization. So that was one aspect of HR I've drilled down in. I've done over 10 years in it. I can hire in my sleep. I can come up with recruitment strategy, closing my eyes. But I know that what I want to do is be the head of HR, be the chief human resources officer, be a HR director. And so when the opportunity came to pivot into business partnering, I took it. Right now, I'm talking to a few organizations about a head of HR role. Why? because I knew that being in TA or talent acquisition or recruitment will narrow down my options. So that's me sitting with myself to say, where do I want? So you should have a map. Where are you trying to go with your career? And that's why looking at another person is not smart. Focus on your focus. And so, like I said, every job has a lifespan. Whatever you do, don't overstay your welcome. There's that. There's also having the right people in your corner who can tell you the truth, who can help you unpack it. And part of those people is a HR person. HR people know these things. They see it in the organization. They look at your career like, guy, the way they always talk analytical stuff, you sure say you know go do business analysis. HR people know those things. And it can be in casual conversations, and you're like, really, you think so? And then you go and read it up. You realize that, wait, listen, my guy talk, it's true. Oh. And I have a flair for analytical stuff. Oh. And maybe I can try business analysis. You never know. So don't underestimate those things, but also know when it is time to pivot so that you don't overstay your welcome. See, I'm in HRO. People overstay their welcome and organizations let them go. Don't ever, my brothers and sisters in the Lord, don't ever put yourself in that position where you have learned a skill, you are lax, you have done it 10 years, you are sitting on one spot, this is how we used to do it. Well, that's dinosaur approach. So be upskilling, be Googling. As I like what Cynthia said about AI. See, the relationship I have with ChatGPT, even my bestie knows that ChatGPT is first my bestie before her. Because some things are that I will have run by ChatGPT before she hears the gist. ChatGPT is the other day I was chatting with ChatGPT about matters of the heart. ChatGPT said that she's my big sister. I said, so you are female? It's shocking. I had to say, do you mean you are female? And ChatGPT used to speak about to me. I used to say, guy, calm down. I'm not joking. So I'm like, yeah, he said, yes, I'm your big sis. I said, clock it, clock it. So if by now, and as I told you my age in the beginning, I'll be 43 in September. I'm using AI. The other day, somebody gave me a document and I was swamped and I wanted to revert on time. I took that document. I'm telling you guys, one of my guys gave me a document to review for him. It's not work. It's a personal whatever for him. So he sent it to me. Even I was telling my friend that I said, even me that he gave, even me, I'm busy. But I cannot tell my God I cannot do it. So I said, no. Do you know what I did? I took that document to Copilot because we use Microsoft at work. I dumped it on Copilot and I said, Copilot, look at this document. Give me a 10-slide summary of this. And put recommendation for what they can do in 2026. That's what I give my organ. Don't really play. So because 50-something pages, where do I commence from? Where do I start? So if you are not deliberate to be you ask some people, do you interact with AI? They will say no. Why? Why? Because that's the new. So if you are not deliberate to flow with the times, later they said AI will not take away jobs though. It's the people that cannot use AI that will be out of jobs. It is the people who cannot use technology to get things done who are forming, no, if you write it on paper, or no, let's use QR code. I think I've answered your question.
Yes. I mean, I love it. To be very honest, I must confess, I'm having a swell time this evening, and to think that this is our first session. If you agree with me, I've been seeing the various emojis coming in. Emelda just gave a clap. Please just put it. I mean, let them know that. I mean, these ladies are super, and there was no hype at all. I mean, in fact, the hype was not even worth it. We could have overhyped them because they're just giving us basketballs, jam, dropping it, putting it there. And it was so beautiful to hear when Dr. Jumoke brought the perspective of a mentor. I mean, Cynthia had given us some things we need to look out for, pointers, and then Jumoke saying, and sometimes also another thing that would help you, because for me, I may really not get it when I have to do it that way, but someone else who look at me and say, okay, I think this is something we're able to do. It's really a very long time. And Arafan, I would want to bring this conversation to a close because really, if we continue here, trust me, nobody would want to stay here. I mean, just look at it. People are still here.
Exactly.
We're all afloat here in the course of the conversation. It makes a whole lot of sense. There's something she mentioned. Every job has a lifespan. I wrote it down in the comment section. when the time is right to go, you know.
You know.
Don't
Every job has a
overstay.
lifespan. Whatever you do, don't overstay your
Say you're
welcome.
welcome.
Oh, let me.
Exactly.
I have to rephrase that. Whatever you do, don't overstay. You're welcome. Every job has a
Yeah.
lifespan. Whatever you do, don't
Don't
overstay your welcome.
overstay.
That was catchy. Thank you very much. All right, yeah. Meanwhile, I just
Thank
want
you
to say
so much.
something, Alpha, before you put in, and then we begin to wrap up. Tony asked the question earlier, and I knew you had gotten valid answers to the question from Jumoke as well as from Cynthia. Tony, you could just put your mail. I mean, Internalytics will have a way to just reach out to you and ensure that your first day at work and couple next days is going to be very beautiful. You know how we do it and the support we give to our alumni. I just want to mention that, Tony, if you have, just put your mail in, and Internalytics is going to reach out to you to give you all of the support you need, the support that we promised you before now. All right,
All
over to
right.
you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shay. Like Shay mentioned, it's been such an honest and refreshing conversation. And I like the fact that Dr. Jam has also spoken about sustainability. When it is time for you to leave, you should know when it's time for you to leave. Like, big armor on that. Like, Dr. Jam, that really, it touched me. It touched me. But yeah, thank you so much. So I'm going to go on to the last question, and we're going to wrap up with this before we take questions from the house. Who will be one final piece of advice? I'll go with Cynthia. One final piece of advice that you would give the analysis alumni to help them build their career intentionally without burning out.
I think I will hammer on the don't compare yourself with others. Take it one
Okay.
step at a time. Don't compare yourself with others. Take it one step at a time.
All right. Don't compare yourself with others. Take it one step at a time. Clock it. Thank you so much, Cynthia. I'll go on to Dr. Jam. Dr. Jam, what's one piece of advice that you would give our alumni listening to help them build their career intentionally without burning out?
I will just end with my model of emotional intelligence. I don't know if anybody here has come across it. So I called it the KOB model of emotional intelligence. And it says, know your magic, own your magic, bless the world with your magic. So as you guys go on to build your careers, again, we've talked about it, your why, your passion, self-awareness, know your magic. What's that unique sauce you bring to the world? Please know it. Is own your magic. You need to put it in a form that will benefit everybody. That we are here on this call is Cynthia sharing a wealth of experience. She's owning her magic. Is me sharing from what I've seen. And then lastly, bless the world with your magic.
It's your magic.
Because your magic is not, you're not called for yourself alone. Other people are supposed to benefit from it. I was saying to some of my friends that are here with me that doing this was not very convenient. I'm actually at a lounge. My friends are waiting for me. I just ate briefly, took a drink, and I'm like, I needed to do this. And I'm like, I hope people know that it's not very convenient. I'm in VI. I will still drive home, but I needed to do it, and that's me blessing you guys with my magic. I know that Cynthia could be doing anything else too. So making it worth it, making it worth our while is you guys also now taking the learnings and going to actually use it. So that the time I spend here, so I'll not change it for you people. But yeah, know your magic, own your magic, bless the world with your magic.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Jam. You've heard it from Dr. Jam, the KOB model. Know your magic, own your magic, and bless the world with your magic. Thank you so much, Dr. Jam. We're going to take that with us. We're going to create a quote on it so that everyone will see it. And yes, in our alumni committee. And also, Cynthia, we're going to take your own last piece of advice and also, pinpoint it so that they can go back to it and remember it. Shay, I don't know if you want to take last questions from anyone before Dr. Jam leave us. And then we go on to the next thing on the agenda while we let Dr. Jam and Cynthia have a lovely evening. So if you have any question, this is the perfect time for you to, put it in chat box, or you can raise your hands. I think we can take one. Yes.
All right, fantastic. So while I put my eyes peeled on that, just going through the comment section, and I can see from very, very warm responses that I've received. It's my pleasure to just read them out. And remind me to say, I know I'm going to repeat this again, very important. We have Cynthia, sacrifices must be made. And Olajumoke is what? Impossibility is nothing is
Yes.
impossible. Yeah, I mean, after today, you just remember, oh my God, what's my name? Before you remember your last name, just remember, oh, sacrifices must be made and impossibility is nothing. I love it so much. And to think, I mean, this is something familiar with HR leaders who are always progressive. I mean, you're Gen
Yeah.
Z. At the point, I wanted to use clocky too, but I said, wait first, don't let me use clocky because I'm Gen Z and I'll use clocky.
Yes.
Someone might know what's the meaning of that. But I was surprised. Olajumoke was like, clocky. I said, clocky. Guys, clocky. All right, that's so beautiful to know. I mean, moving on with the trend and as much you have staying relevant in all of that. Now, Michael said something. He said, the value of this session cannot be quantified. Thank
Yeah.
you, Cynthia. Thank you, Dr. Olajumoke. Emelda said, amazing session and thanks to Cynthia and Olajumoke for blessing us all. We
Oh,
have Pega also who is saying, thank you, ladies. This means so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think there are questions coming in right now. Really, it's been a good time having to speak with them. It's over 60 minutes already on this call, and it's been value and value and value overload. We heard what Olajumoke mentioned and what Cynthia said. What's important now is go out there. Olajumoke said the goal is, I mean, where should we be happy is from the things that have been said so far in the course of this conversation, we're able to take action. So go out there and take the action. That is one way we can say tomorrow you could just write in them. I know some of us want to connect with them. You can write in, but please confirm that you have something on your LinkedIn. Else Cynthia might not accept your request. Okay. But I'm kidding, but trust me, just tell her you were at this session. She would accept your request. Just say so. She's going to connect with you. So let's do well to share the various good news, how your career has been growing, how the pivot has been, how everything has been. Yes, and I can see Nkem said, I joined in late, but I have learned a lot. That is beautiful. And Cynthia, Michael is in the comment section and he's saying, Cynthia, please accept me as I am. All right, that's so beautiful. Thank you, Olajumoke. Olajumoke has sent in a request. Please, let's do well to engage. Let's do well to follow. Let's do well to learn. It is very beautiful. Analytics brought it for us, our alumni. We do this bi-monthly, like you're aware of. And yes, it's a moment for us to always gather, shape ourselves with thoughts, ensure we're positioned for LinkedIn. Yes, Cynthia, I'm going to send you a connection. Olajumoke, I'll
Okay.
send you a connection. Everybody, it's been amazing. 90 almost 90 minutes on this call with you. Trust me, I'm having a good time. I think this is one of the best way to enjoy the weekend before we now go and do one bed. A lot of people also said that we should have those people that were jaying with. Very important. But for now, we jay intellectually. Very soon we jay mouthly. All
yes,
right, I'm
yes.
going to pause here as Alpha continue towards the ending of the
All
session.
right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Thank you, Olajumoke, for joining. We really appreciate it. Was value packed, and we've learned a lot. And we're taking this back to alumni community. This session is recorded. They are going to be watching. People that are not here are going to also catch up with it. Thank you so much, Cynthia. We really appreciate. Have a lovely weekend ahead. Thank you so much, Cynthia.
Bye.
Bye,
Yeah, Cynthia,
Cynthia.
if you can pull it up, Cynthia, your LinkedIn and handy so we could easily just connect people who are on the call.
Just
Yes.
search
Okay.
for my name, Cynthia
Yes,
Kyotu,
yes. I'm
on
also going to
LinkedIn.
send the link to the
Oh,
community so that they can also catch up. Thank you so much, Cynthia.
Fantastic.
all right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, Cynthia. So
Bye.
please,
We
our
love you.
alumni,
We love you,
don't
Cynthia. We love
go.
you, Jumoke.
Yes.
Cynthia, don't go. Don't go.
All right. So we're going to go back to our presentation. Our alumni that are on the call, you know how we do this. This is not the end of it for us. I don't know, Shay, has my screen come up now?
Yes, please. We can see your screen. It's on
Okay,
Q&A.
perfect.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, perfect. So our screen is up, and we're going to the next part of this conversation is where my mind is really on, because I know that you've seen my newsletter, you've seen my message in the group chat, and we're going to have an amazing time. So at the count of 3, we have a big surprise for you. Guess what it is? Shay, you're going to help me count down to 3 so that I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
share
yeah,
the
yeah,
surprise
yeah, yeah.
with my alumni. So 1,
1,
2,
2.
3.
Drum rolling
And
3.
yes, drum roll. Okay, I can see emojis. Please, you have to put favorite emojis. Oh, we've cooked something amazing for us. Yes, thank you so much. So yes, this is a call for interest for alumni committee, community committee. So those of us that have engaged on the call and those of us that have engaged in our community, we are looking at a way of you taking ownership of your community. So we have sessions like this. You work directly with us, the analytics staffs, and to create session like this, and also look around hosting the community, building a passionate community and also taking a step into leadership. And we have some roles open, alumni committee president, vice president, the program representative for each of the programs, deputy lead, we have event and engagement leads, community and partnership leads, and we're trying to build an alumni network. So I've gotten some kind of responses from the newsletter, but yeah, this is just to openly say that we are calling out for interested alumni that are interested in being part of the alumni, Tenanities Alumni Community Committee. So if you have questions about this or you're interested, you can just send a mail to arafat@tenalytics.org. I'm going to put that in the chat box. I can see a mother putting emojis. Lovely. So arafat@tenalytics.org. And all you need to do is just tell me your name, your cohort, your program, and the position you're interested in. That's all. And why you're interested in that position. So you can send me an email or you can send me a message on WhatsApp. Yeah, so you can send me. No, we don't need your. Oh my God, no, we don't need your CV. No, we don't need your CV. We don't need your CV, actually. We just need you to be passionate about community building. And it's a first time. Oh my God, you just cracked me up, Michael. No, we don't need your CV. This is an open role, right? We just need you to be passionate about community building and be ready to step into leadership. You will have us to guide you all through the way. You don't have anything to worry about. You will have us to guide you all through the way. We'll have sessions, we'll have one-on-one meetings and all of that where we'll discuss the plans. We will curate the plans together. So we're not leaving it to you. We just want you to be part of it because we don't want to do it alone because you are the best person to know your needs. So that's all. Right, Michael is killing me. He said you don't need CV because any small thing, CV, submit your CV, Shay. Oh my God, thank you so much, Michael. Okay, so if you have any question on this, I'll just take a few questions. You can just drop them in the chat box. Oh, okay, all right, you got my newsletter. Okay, perfect. So if you have any question, you can drop them in the chat box. As we got this, why should you move on to the next thing on the agenda? So we're going to wrap up ASAP. What's the deadline for submission? So the deadline for submission is February. We're looking on building the committee by March, right? So that by next quarter, we already have preparation for our physical events and all of that. So by February, so you have 10 days, yes. Well, I'll send reminders to the community and everything so that you're also in the loop. I think another question is, will there be interview? No, it's not a serious interview. It's just a discussion. Whatever it is that you say you want to do, right? It's just to discuss about it. If you say you want to do this, why do you want to do this? It's just a discussion, no interview. This is soft life, right? No interview requested, Michael. Don't worry. All right then. Shay, I'm going to pass on the mic to you now. If there are any other questions, I'll take them. Yeah.
All right, beautiful. I mean, Michael, you've been, let me say something. So I've seen Rebecca has been very active. I mean, one of the most active with regards to reaction. And then there's Michael in the comment
Yeah.
section. Michael is terrorizing the comment section. Michael is terrorizing this comment section. All right, but that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Thank you. I mean, all of your engagements, alumni, dear alumni, it makes the session more interesting. It makes everything happen. It makes Jumoke want
Yeah.
to speak. It makes Cynthia want to tell us more stories. It's making Arafa, I mean, Arafa is laughing and she's having a very good time. And myself also, I'm having the opportunity and the pleasure of moderating this conversation. Now, the next thing that we have for you, so while you're looking at taking advantage of this, I would really love to see Michael. Michael, I may have no idea about what's happening, but I would love to see, when the committee is finally unveiled, I would love to see Michael say, don't worry, somebody's going to make everyone of you laugh and it's going to focus for, and that's definitely Michael. Fantastic. All right. Now, at this point in time, this is also another exciting news that many of us are aware of. And some of us, sometimes we are not aware. And I'm like, why are you leaving money on the table? Number one. Number two, I'm asking, why are you making Tenalytics the best kept secret? Now, come, let's say something very important. Should Tenalytics be the best kept secret? I don't think so. For what we do at Tenalytics, the value we get to put out there. I was speaking with someone recently, two people recently, and they shared an experience with me. I was like, oh my God. And this was something that Tenalytics would have done better, but their experience did not allow them to get into Tenalytics. Now, you are our dear alumni. Now, let's have this conversation, heart to heart. You are our dear alumni. You know Tenalytics. You understand the value Tenalytics bring to the table and how well the life support and all of these things happening. And then there's not somebody that you would want to tell about Tenalytics. Come. Let's discuss. Why? Your colleague, your friend, a spouse, a brother, someone you might want to sponsor. It could be, I mean, Jumoke talked about your cousin-in-law. It could be your cousin-in-law. There's several people that you may want to share the
Yeah.
love. And here at Analytics, when you get to do this, we don't just say, thank you very much for telling somebody about us. No, we also try as much as we can to ensure that you have a bonus. So there's a referral bonus. If you're not aware, or if you're aware, now it's 2026. This is our first alumni session. Don't worry, anything you've not, for not talking about us, putting word of mouth, we've forgiven you. I have forgiven you, okay? But now it's a new time, it's new year. Now let's go ahead, share the word, tell someone about them and let them get on board. We have all of these things, juicy offers for people who will be getting on board. And for you also, aside from adding into someone's life, contributing meaningfully to someone's career and pathway, Tenacity also have a bonus to say thank you very much. 40 US dollars, 40 pounds. Say thank you very much for putting the word out there. And just like it reads in the flyer, it says, start referring today and let your network reign with you. So we're looking forward that after this session, you're going to tell everyone that you know in your circle, in your network, to get on board at Analytics and let's help them. It's fine. Even though you don't have anything to tell them, reach out to any of our customer support and we'll be able to create a consultation session for that person you would love to see at Analytics. So I'll ask you this question, and this is the last question. Who is that person you know that should take on a program at Analytics? Now, send this across to them. If you check on the group chat, you'll see this message, share it across with them, and we will be happy to get them started. All right, Alpha has one final information and good news for us as we draw the
Yeah.
curtains.
Thank you so much, Shay. It's been an amazing session. And Michael is saying that he was guessing that the big news was referral. Unfortunately, it was about our alumni committee. But yeah, this is another big news, which is the referral. He said he met someone last night and he told them about Analytics. That's all what it takes. So everyone be like Michael, right? Be like Michael, spread the good news about Analytics. And we will appreciate, we'll take up the conversation and, help cheer that conversation. All right. So finally, before we let you have an amazing weekend, right? We always get messages in the community, in my email, say I want to book an interview prep. I don't know how to send me link. I don't know where to go to and all of that, right? So I just want to explain to you how you can book an interview prep session, right? All you need to, let me try and share my entire screen. I just hope the network is better. But yeah, all you need to do is, okay, let me do that. Okay, I just hope it's better. Now all you need to do is go onto your Google Classroom, right? And so when you click on your Gmail button here, the power button, that's where you will see your classroom. I doubt if the network would allow this, but yeah, this your classroom here. When you get here, it loads. All you need to do is go to classwork. I mean, you're already familiar with the classroom because that's what you use for your material. So go to classwork, you go to important materials. When you get to important materials, you will see book and interview prep, and you just book, you click on that book and interview prep. Oh, the network is bad. Wow. So you just book an interview prep. But if you have any questions about this, definitely you can always send me a DM. But yeah, you just need to go to classroom. 1 minute, let me try and share just the slide. Just need to go to the classroom. When you go to the classroom, you go on to classwork, important materials, and then you see book and interview prep. Then when you click on that link, you would see the link for you to book an interview prep. That's all. You don't need any special link for you to book an interview. It's there already. It's on your Gmail, right? You already have access to the classroom. All you need to do is to go on that button like I showed you. While this is loading, I'll keep loading it. If it's come up, I'll send the snapshot to the group. And then you click on classroom. When you click on classroom, you check important materials. You see the important materials, and then you click on book and interview prep. So that's all you need to do, right? You don't need any extra magic, any extra links. And also you can send me a DM if you need clarification or if you need us to go through that. Yeah. And that's all from my end today. Thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate everything. I really appreciate. And we did not just like come on this session to just listen. Some of us spoke, we digest what our guests have spoken to us. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being a part of this community. Let's keep building. Let's keep running. Let's keep rocking. Yes. So thank you so much. And I'll pass the mic to Sheyi for his final words and we say goodbye. Not
All
his
right, great.
final words, sorry. His last words on this session.
Yeah, it's fine. So great, guys, and very, very beautiful. I'll just say something. If you agree with me that it's been a time worth spending in the past 90 minutes to be precise, I want you to give in those emojis, blast your screen, let them pour. Put them all out. I can see Melda, I can see Rebecca, I can see Arafat, I can see Elizabeth, I can see Joy, I can see Demaris. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Trust me, as an individual moderating this, I've had a really great time, and it's all thanks to you. So the next time, I hope I get to see you at our next bi-monthly alumni event. And when that time I'll be seeing you, you have a good news, you're doing very well, your career is, you're building sustainable career, you're avoiding burnout as much as possible, you're productive, you're asking the right question, you're on the right course, you're making use of Dr. Olajumoke's philosophy, own your magic, build your magic, bless the world. You get it. So to see you, or and some of you asking for the recording, you definitely get access to the recording and ensure you do not miss out on these gems. This session is something you should not miss out on. At some point in time, go ahead, refresh your memory about it. We love you at 10 Analytics, we value at 10 Analytics, and again, like we always say, just want to be a part of your success story. We just want to be a part of your success story. Till I come your way again, my name is Significant Sheyi, and I'm happy to be doing this evening with my very good friend Arafat. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Bye.
so much, everyone. Have a lovely evening. Have a lovely weekend. Have a lovely month. It's the love of month. It's the month of love, rather. It's the month of
It's the
love.
love of months. It's the month of love. It's the same thing. Love is
Oh my
important.
God. Oh my God. It's the month of love. So let's keep rocking. Let's keep loving. Let's keep showing love and light to the world and blessing everyone around us. Bye, Imelda. Imelda, don't wait on the call for Michael. No. You are closing the door now. Bye, everyone. Bye. Let me stop the recording. Okay.